Alright guys, I guess this is the end of me showing you the trunk pan installation because there's nothing really left to show you at this point. I finished getting all the inner wheel tubs in, which I've shown you on a couple past videos. I've welded them all up. I've gone along, I don't know if we can see here, we've done the we've gone along and seam sealed it. Now normally what I do is I spray some paint in there because if there's any bare metal, so I made sure of that. And then what I do is I seam seal it, and then what I'll come back to do is tomorrow I will give it another coat of seam sealer because I can already see sometimes it starts to shrink in the gaps. So you can see I've even done it up through here, along here. So the pan's all welded in underneath across this way. It's welded to the inner wheel tubs. It's plug welded to the frame. I've got the brackets on the back here welded on, which are for your canisters which go down, which that's what these bolts are for. I just put these bolts in. The canister are the weights they had in the convertibles that we described earlier. Everyone has different names for them. Some people call them cocktail shakers, believe it or not. Anyway, so that's all done. Everything's welded there. I put the bolts in them because that helped me out when I was attaching the floor underneath. Like I said, here across the back it's not attached. You can see a gap, but if I push it, which I can't film and push it once, but it does go together nicely. But we've decided we're going to replace this whole pan, so I'll do another video on that. And we've also still got to do our quarter panel work. But before I can do that, you can see this is like your inner, I would call it your inner supports for your quarter panels. Obviously it's supposed to have a beautiful lip like this, and somebody just hacked and cut it. Better to look over there. Somebody has hacked and cut it all to shit. So you can buy those new. So I've ordered that new. Just quicker and easier than me sitting here trying to make it and fab that up. And more cost efficient for the customer. So that's what's going on there. I've gone underneath the car. I don't know, we can't really see here. We're so busy here that I'm outside in the carport's working while I give the boys a nice heated base. But I've kind of, I'm not going to crawl under here, but I've kind of, where the welds have come across, everywhere I've welded, I've ground all the welds down. You can see how the trunk pan looks up underneath. It looks beautiful. Nice and clean, tidy. Everything's lining up like it should be. You can just, yeah, it just worked out good. So there's still a fair amount on this car to do. Like I say, we got to replace these braces. You got to replace this tail pan piece. We got to put quarters on. We got to make sure to line up with the doors. But if you remember this car, when we started out, it was completely rotten, and look at the difference now. You've actually got something that's solid and is workable. This is something now where you wouldn't give up on. You'd be like, I can fix that now. Where before it was just so bad. So that's what's happening. What I'm going to do too, the customer wants me, I know it's not factory correct, but what we're going to do, we're going to get in here where the bare metal is showing. I'm going to clean that up. I'm going to put an epoxy black primer down on it. Then I'm going to put my Raptor on the floorboards only, just here, not in the trunk area, just here. He wants to do that. That Raptor stuff is really nice. It's like a texture spray. It's very fine. It's washable. It's clean. But it'll be good if you ever get any water leaks coming up from the dash. That stuff is just impossible. I mean, the stuff is like hard like nails. So it'll look awesome. And plus, at the end of the day, you're never going to know it's Raptor. Like most people, this would just be painted body color, like a light coat or left-in primer. But most of these guys nowadays, they're going to put down the Dynamat anyway, and then the carpet underlay and all the bullshit, so it doesn't really matter. So that's our plan in here. So we're basically going to hit it right up through the firewall there, come all the way down through here, go all the way to here, right up and across to this lip. We're going to texture spray all this. We're going to leave it back here, not texture spray it, because this is going to get sanded, epoxy primer too with the black primer, and then we're going to do the original spackle paint that they had in the trunk area, and that'll look nice. So there we go, right down to the piece for your spare tires in there. That's it. She's solid now. I mean, the car is just like, I can't even show you, but it's solid now. It's actually very good. So there you go, guys. That's about it on the trunk pan. We'll do another video later as we continue on this car. We'll keep calling the Camaro. We'll keep just putting it in parts. I guess this will be part 3 of the trunk pan. It's done and finished, and we'll continue on wherever I decide to go next. I haven't decided. Let's take a look here actually while we're here. So this is a piece of the quarter panel right here, this outer piece, and it looks to me like it goes over top of, it's going over top of this panel, this rear panel. So that's telling me that we're going to be doing this rear panel next. from what I can see here. Let's see. This is your quarter panel. This is your rear panel and your quarter panel. And when you look inside, the quarter is over top of the rear panel. So, looks like we'll be doing the rear panel in there next, along with these support braces here. And then our quarters will be last. We'll leave this in here for now, these support bars, and see, but other than that, good. Okay. Remember, it's always a good time at Old Time. Some of you guys have been asking me, do you sell t-shirts and decals and all that kind of stuff? We do. It's under oldtimegarage.ca.
Hello there.
Hello there. You can look us up there. There's not much in the way of t-shirts left at the moment, but we do have t-shirts. We have more coming. So I suggest you wait to the end of November here, beginning of December, and you'll see our new shirts. But yes, oldtimegarage.ca, you'll find our t-shirts, our decals, our beer cozies, and whatever other kind of stuff I'm trying to sell these days. Anyway, and yes, we've been selling them for a long time, at least 3-4 years. Okay, see you later. Thanks.